Is up, my friends? How are you guys doing today? Welcome back and thanks for stopping in wherever you're at and whatever you're doing. Hope you're loving yourself and loving the ones you're with. Guys, today we're talking about a movie from 1983 directed by a guy named Douglas Trumbull. Cool last name. This is called Brainstorm. Guys, this stars Christopher Walken, Natalie Wood in her final movie. For those of you who don't know who Natalie Wood is, she pretty famous actress, starred in a couple James Dean films, and she fell off a boat and drowned, allegedly. I mean, that's what they ruled, but, there's always those conspiracy theories and stuff like that. We're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Brainstorm. What a lame name. I mean, the movie's good, but the name is a little... I don't really particularly care for that name, especially given the subject matter. You could have come up with something way cooler than Brainstorm. But anyway, guys, this is Brainstorm. Like I told you, it's got Walken, Wood. It's got a lady named Louise Fletcher. If you go and look her up, you'll see she's been in a few things that we all grew up watching. So, this is a really, I don't want to say psychedelic movie, but it's a very mind-bending movie because the subject matter is kind of heavy. And it deals with basically this scientific couple. They create a device that helps you to experience like the sensory experiences of others, kinda. I don't know exactly how to explain that, but basically they put on this helmet and it lets them feel what other people are feeling, right? Well, one of them is wearing this thing and then winds up passing from, a heart attack while her sensory experiences are being recorded. And then, Walken, who's our main scientist, he experiences that, but then we see the psychological effects and all kinds of stuff like that. I was really... I'd never really seen Natalie Wood in a movie, I haven't watched a lot of James Dean stuff, and maybe I have seen her, and I just didn't realize that I was watching Natalie Wood, but she was good in this. Her and Christopher Walken had very, very good chemistry in this. I liked their presence on screen together. Louise Fletcher dies like a pro. Like, when she's going through her episode of her heart attack and passing away with that helmet on, I was like, holy moly, I'm glad nobody had to watch that. But then you realize that, he experiences it in a totally different way when he puts that helmet on. And it's just like, whoa, it's just wild. It's a wild experience. And like I said, it's not some crazy, there's a whole bunch of wild visuals and stuff like that going on, but there's definitely a very psychological edge to it where it's, questions of mortality, morally gray questions of, afterlife and what to do. And it just, a lot of, it makes you ask questions. It's a thinking man's movie, if you know what I mean. So I really, really enjoyed that aspect. And to think that this was Natalie Wood's last movie. So she dies in 1981, but this movie doesn't get released until 1983. So it was on the shelf for 2 years. I don't know if that's because of her investigation into her accidental death. I don't know why it was canned for 2 years. I didn't actually look that up. I probably should have. But hey, if you know why it was canned for 2 years, or you know why it didn't come out, until 2 years after her passing, please, by all means, let me know in the comments if you know the answer to that. But overall, I thought this movie was really good. Like I said, it was a thinking man's movie. You really have to kind of pay attention, but the acting in it is very good. The chemistry in it is good, and the storytelling and writing, like I said, it asks questions. It makes you ask questions. In any movie that makes you ask questions that, are, I guess, relevant to you as a person, any kind of movie, a movie that makes you ask yourself internal dialogue is, in my opinion, a good movie. It captured your attention well enough to make you pay attention to the subject matter and go, how would I respond in that situation? How would I feel in that situation? So it did its job. It's a good movie. You guys can check it out if you want to. It was streaming on man, what was it streaming on? I can't remember, but it was streaming on something, but it was like the last days of it. So it now is a rent or buy film. You can do that on Prime or, whatever your renting or purchasing method of choice is. You can probably find it there. Type it in Brainstorm, guys. But I'm definitely giving it 2 thumbs up. It's worth your time if you want to see, an actress in her final film, and if you want to see a young Christopher Walken doing what Christopher Walken does. But yeah, guys, check it out for sure. Thanks so much for stopping in. And, hit that like and subscribe button on the way out. It means a lot to me that you watch these things. And as always, my friends, I'm going to keep making them as long as you keep watching them. Peace out. God bless you, and I will see you soon.